Hey guys, Asher coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends Champion guide. This time it's going to be on none other than Shatterbones. Who is Shatterbones, you ask? Well, he is an Ogren tribe epic champion, Force Affinity. Not many people talk about this dude, but he is pretty cool. He's pretty unique, right, for an epic champion especially. First off, you should be aware he's squishy, 881 on the base defense and 13.8 on the HP. So we need to build in, or at least have in the back of our mind, some survivability, or we're going to need to keep this dude alive vis-a-vis a reviver on the squad or some nice healers and buffers, right? He's an attack-based champion. His base attack is almost 1500. That's pretty good for an epic. On the A1, he actually has an increased attack on all allies if the attack is critical. It reminds me a little bit of Man-Eater's A1, right? Because he has a decreased attack on all enemies if the attack is critical. We have the increase if the attack is critical on Shatterbones. Granted, it is the small version, but it's nice to have if you don't have another champion on the team with an increased attack. On the A2, Hail. Attacks all enemies 3 times. A triple hitter on a 4-turn cooldown. Has a 75% chance to decrease the turn meter by 30%. This is a very nice control ability. Do keep in mind, though, it's a 75% chance to decrease the turn meter by 30%. Not on each hit. It's just a straight-up one-shot at decreasing that turn meter. On the A3, the control, and the speed control specifically, continues on Warcry. It's a 5-turn cooldown when booked. We have a decreased speed, small version, and a turn meter of all allies fill by 25%. So you can already get a picture of this dude. He's definitely a turn meter and control specialist, right? What do we like? What do we not like? Well, we don't love that it's a small version of decreased speed. On a 5-turn cooldown, you would expect for it to be the big version on an epic champion. I do think that if they were ever going to buff this champion, one way to do so would just make it the big version of decreased speed. Another way would be to bring one more turn down on this ability, down to a 4-turn cooldown like his A2. Either way, though, you put this together with his A2, he's got really good control. He's actually got pretty decent damage as well. I'm going to show you in the arena. He's not like a meta arena champion, but he can actually deal some sneaky damage and control at the same time. Kind of like an attack version of like a Rosin Scarhide on his A3, like long cooldown, but has some nice control built in. Obviously not quite the same, but you guys kind of get the point. He also has accuracy in arena battles by 70. Arena battles using an accuracy aura is very niche. It's not done that often, but that's a very, very good one for an epic champion. So, hey, if you need that extra accuracy, and he needs quite a bit of accuracy, it's not a bad option. And again, the fact that he has an arena battle only on the aura, it tells me, usually this is the case, that the developers of the game intended him to be some sort of an arena control type champion, right? So, again, not bad. You can open with he opens with, when he's on just regular auto, he goes in for Warcry first. And that makes sense in the arena, right? Because we want that turn meter boost if we build him really fast. However, I like to go in with Hail first in most situations. We'll talk more about that after I show you guys the build on this champion. So while I pull up the build, let's cover the multipliers really quickly here. He has a 3.5 strong damage rating on his A1. He has a 1.4 on his A2. Remember, attack, based on attack. 1.4 doesn't sound very good, but it actually is really good because it's a triple hitter, okay? So, not bad at all. You can actually deal some really nice damage with the Hail ability, and then come back around with the decreased speed and the turn meter boost. It's a nice 1-2 punch in the arena, and when you think about it in the arena for progression in the arena, you don't see him in the end game or anything like that, but when you think about it, oftentimes you only need 2 turns. You only need 2 moves, right? So he's coming through with both of these abilities. In PvE, the A1 is going to help you out as well. In PvP, you're probably not going to be using it a lot, okay? But anyway, let me show you the build. I kept it really basic with this dude, right? I don't think that we need to reinvent the wheel or anything like that, anything super crazy. So I put him in, obviously, perception and accuracy, right? I had some accuracy gear, some decent accuracy gear just kind of laying around, so I used that. Of course, I would prefer perception because I get the extra speed, which is very valuable on this champion. Before I show you anything else, total stats here. When we talk about priorities on this champion, well, we like 100% crit rate for that A1 and for the damage. We like enough accuracy, right, to land. We need enough accuracy to land all those control mechanics that we just spoke about. And then his speed. We want him as fast as possible so we can get back to his A2 and his A3 faster, right? After that, you can go with a little bit of attack. You need to keep an eye on survivability, though. So what we did was, because this is what I love about, triple perception or accuracy and or perception gear, is it gives you a great luxury. I'm getting 120 accuracy from these 3 sets, and I'm getting some speed on top of it, right? So what that allows me to do is, outside of PvP, for PvE at least, it allows me to put something other than accuracy on his banner, right? And you can do this with any champion, in the arena generally, like, you can go as high as you can with accuracy. Of course, no number is too high, but everywhere else in the game, for the most part, a couple exceptions, maybe Iron Twins, we can survive just fine on 331 accuracy, and then we can go with survivability instead on that banner. 6,000 HP on a 6-star banner is a lot of extra survivability, especially when it doesn't scale that well at just shy of 14k. So because we went with the triple, those sets that gives us 120 accuracy, well, that allows us to go HP on the banner. We have crit damage on the amulet, and then we have attack on the ring. Now, if he was dying a lot or ever, I would just go with HP on the ring as well, okay? We have crit rate on the gauntlets. We have attack percentage on the chest. Again, if you can get away with going attack percentage, do it. If you can't, if he's dying, if your team is failing, then go with HP percentage or defense percentage, okay? I have speed on the boots. I actually just got these boots right in preparation of this video. I had no perception boots available on my account that weren't being used by a champion that I actually like. So I just went for like 20 quick forge perception sets with a boots on the main, as the gear piece or whatever preference. Boots glyph, what are they? Charm? Charm, there we go. Anyway, I got really lucky with that ascension too. I try to save my ascension oils both on the, on my artifacts and my accessories for like a few awesome combos, like speed on speed and crit damage on crit damage, right? Like that's what I'm really looking for. Let me see if I can get lucky again here. Ascend, crit damage. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh! So I'm not going to burn it all right now, although I did farm overnight. You can see I'm nice stocked up. But wow, we got lucky twice on this dude, right? Crit damage on the amulet, and there's some other combos too, but those are my faves. Anyway, I digress. We went attack percentage and crit rate and speed on the boots, okay? 4 blessings on this champion. We don't have him awakened at all, but I would go with, I feel like you go commanding presence if you don't already have an intimidating or commanding presence on your team. I think that's, a decent choice. We could also go with cruelty. I think cruelty is a great option for him because decreases target's defense by blah per hit, right? And he has a triple hitter on that A2. So I would definitely go cruelty, assuming I already had a commanding presence or a strengthener on my team. But I think cruelty is the way to go on this champion. With that triple hitter, it's just really valuable. You immediately decrease that defense, 3 times. So on the Masteries here, this is an old Mastery build. I didn't rebuild it for the video because I'm fine with it, honestly. Obviously, Lore of Steel is helping us out quite a bit because we have 3 basic sets on him. It's weird, too, how Lore of Steel reads, isn't it, guys? I remember when I was just starting out, I thought that, like, what does it say? Increase the base stat set bonuses of all artifact sets that increase base stats by 15%. So you would think that it wouldn't work on any of this stuff, but it does. Isn't that weird? That's weird. They need to change the wording on that because let me show you. Let me just demonstrate for you guys, right? Just in case you don't believe me, right? He's 234, 331. What was it again? I just said it, bro. Come on. 234, 331. 234, 331. 244, 234, 331. And now he's 233, 303. So see, it does affect 2-piece sets. It's weird how it doesn't read that way at all, isn't it? That mastery? It's kind of one of those things that just is there to fool new players. I have no idea why. Anyway, Storm Smiter, he does bring buffs and debuffs. I'm going to go with Arcane Celerity because he's bringing a little bit more in the terms of debuffs. We have Lore of Steel. Actually, when I say he's bringing more, he's only bringing 1 debuff, right? Decreased speed. And then that's it. Yeah, so I feel like he's going to land that a little bit more often. So we're going to go Arcane Celerio, go Lore Steel. We do want to go Evil Eye as well. And we want to go Master Hexer to extend the duration of that decreased speed. You guys know, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, how massive a fan I am of decreased speed as a debuff. I think it's close to essential. We already have 103 crit rate, so we don't need to pick up more on the Masteries. So we can just go with attack. I'm going to go attack. I'm going to go Keen Strike for crit damage. I'm just going to come down the left-hand side here. I will go Heart of Glory as well. I'm going to come down, bring it down, and Methodical. You can go, if you're going to use this dude in the arena, he can be kind of like you can have like on a go first team, you could have a speed booster. Let's say an Arbiter or, whoever you're using as a speed booster, right? So I'm going to run an Arbiter, and then I could run him as like kind of a hybrid of a control and nuker. And then you can have like another control champion or a debuffer on the team and then another nuker on the team, right? So he's kind of like a control role. If I was going to use him in that way, I would go with Helm Smasher. I'm going to go with Helm Smasher because I think you can use him a lot in Doom Tower Waves. These are where I think that you can use this champion the best served, right? Doom Tower Waves, Faction Wars, Arena Progression Farming, right? And basic Ice Golem, maybe even Dragon's Lair, just in the, helping out in the waves. He's very, very good wave control plus damage, okay? For all that, I think Helm Smasher is probably a little bit more valuable than War Master on this champion. We'll go with Kill Streak 2. He'll probably be killing a few enemies on the way. And keep in mind, that decreased speed is 100% anyway, so we don't need to get Sniper on this champion. So guys, that's it. That's the build. We talked about Blessings. We talked about Masteries. Let's go ahead and let me show you a quick little arena run. Anybody who's watching this video in real time, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm literally putting this video up like, I don't know, 2 minutes after I'm done recording it. So we're very close to a live video for those of you who are in the notification squad here on the channel, which isn't a ton. I feel like this channel is developing really nicely. I'm very happy with things, closing in on 200 guides. It's not going to age very well, this video, is it? But I've noticed that most of my views come from search, come from people searching for old guides, which is the whole point of the video. Anyway, here's his A2. He has decreased defense, but no decreased attack or anything like that. That would mitigate his damage. We do have decreased defense on most of these champions. Let's see what he can do for damage. I mean, that's a nice triple hitter from a champion that's not really our control champion. I didn't notice. Did you guys notice if anybody's turn meter? It looks like Deke's turn meter got decreased. I'm not sure about Arbiter and Yannicka. Let me go. The rest of the champions on this team aren't super relevant, guys. I'm just kind of doing a damage check more than anything, right? But again, the type of team that you want to build around this champion, right, is what's important, right? So again, a turn meter booster. I do think his best fit for an arena team is a go first team. He's not really a go second team. He's not tanky. He's control. You want him to go fast. Building him even faster would be great for if we could. So here we have an option, which is pretty cool, right? We can go with the A2, do some nice damage and some control, which is what I'm going to go with. But we can also go with the fill turn meter of all allies by 25%. What is he doing here, guys? He's bridging the gap between our nuker, or the second half of the team, if you will, and the first half of the team, our speed booster and Arbiter. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. With that nice, juicy 25% turn meter boost. Let's just do it that way this time. And what did that do? That obviously it placed decreased speed on everybody, but it turn meter boosted everybody to ensure that before Herndig or Kymar or Ultimate Death Knight went, it boosted Trunda to max turn meter. So now my nuker goes, and everybody's dead, So you have some really nice options here. And how would you know which one to do? Well, you would simply look at their turn meters. Look at the enemy's turn meters and your team's turn meters. You have a chance, with a 25% turn meter boost, you have a chance to cut in line, which is really, really valuable. Again, let's see. Okay, so we're going to deal with a Stone Skin Mortar Macabre, but this is the beautiful thing, is we have a couple different nukers on the team. I'm going to come in here and go with the A3 in this scenario. Why? Well, yeah, I'm still going to go with it. I don't want Mithrala to cleanse everybody, so I want to boost my team in front again. So here we go. Trunda's going to go. My goal here is to make sure I kill Rector Draft and Mithrala, at least Mithrala. and we kill everybody. Fantastic. Now, hopefully, Mortu Macabre won't kill us in the meantime. Okay. One down. Uh-oh. All right. Here we go. Got the resist. Nothing I can do here against Stone Skin. Oh, I guess there is something I can do against Stone Skin. I can do Trunda. You know what? I wasn't intending to actually spend this much time highlighting on the arena for this champion, but I have to say, he's kind of a cool arena champion, you know? He's a really cool champion, especially for like a free-to-play or something like that, right? Getting a champion like this, I love that. That's it. And hopefully you guys, I mean, at this point, I think I've belabored the point probably, right? But I love that flexibility between what you need in the A2 and the A3. Even the fact that they're on a 4-turn and a 5-turn cooldown doesn't really matter that much in the arena, right? So in this situation, I think look at Trunda's going to go next anyway, no matter what. So in this situation, I want to control the enemy team. I want to decrease their turn meter by 30%. I want to do a little bit of damage too. Nice and soften him up for Trunda. Trunda's going to come in and finish him off, hopefully. Almost. Everybody except the Reviver, which isn't super ideal. Let's get that Evil Eye, decrease turn meter on Pythion, and we're going to pop him. Oh, look at that. Madame Sarah's ending that battle. I got to say, man, I had some fun with this champion. Let's do one more. Let's just do it on auto and see what she goes. See if he goes for the A3 or the A2 on auto. I don't have any, he goes A3. Like I said, he's going to go A3 every time. So if you want to lead off with the A2, make sure you go ahead and factor that in your AI setup, right? Let's go Faction Wars here, guys. I have Ogren. I didn't do my arena, my stupid tag team battles, man. What am I doing? Why am I going Orcs, man? Come on. Ogren. All right, here we go. So this is a squad that we have together. You know what? Let's just run it. Usually I take out all the legendaries in these runs, but I think it'd be fun to include Biggin and Ignatius in the team as well. And you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have included him. Maybe it's a little bit too OP. But I think that you guys probably get the point at this point, right? In terms of what he's bringing to the table, right? Now, I think he's going to go A2 right now, right? Let's see. There he goes. Or, no, I shouldn't say there he goes. That was Grush the Mangler. My bad. He's on the left-hand side. All these Ogrins from behind, they all look the same. All right. There he goes. Nice wave control from this champion. Is A1, it's tough too. And keep in mind that damage that he was doing both here and also in the arena earlier, that's with Helm Smasher, but he doesn't have Savage or Lethal Gear on. He doesn't have crit damage on his gauntlets or anything like that. So heck, there's definitely a world where you can throw crit damage on those gauntlets if you want to and just have some fun and use him as kind of a nuker control on your team as well. I gotta say, Shatterbones, overall, I'll give him a B. And I think that is probably a higher grade than most people unacquainted would assume from this champion, right? I don't like the length of the cooldowns. I don't like that, again, that it's that he's squishy champion and that it's the weak version of decreased speed. But I do think his kit is fun in that he has two really good abilities, right? Both with an AoE effect, if not damage, right? So I think he's cool. I think he's worth booking, honestly, for Faction Wars if you need him. If you don't need him for Faction Wars, you don't need him for Doom Tower Waves, you don't need him for dungeons, but you just, kind of want to have fun with the champion, I would run him unbooked. Because frankly, those cooldowns are going to be long either way. If you just want to use him for the arena, I would run him probably unbooked. Because as we said, we do 1A2, we do 1A3, and hopefully the match is over. So if you do need him in these areas, progression, I would definitely say he's actually worth booking. And we don't say that about, a lot of these niche champions. Anyway, we come in here. You'll notice there is a decreased speed on the red boss, which comes in super handy. Sorry, guys, my voice has been a mess all week, man. I have no idea why either. It's like I'm not sick, but my throat is like so hoarse. Probably too much recording. I've done so many videos, I feel like, between the 3 channels. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at his stats here. Nothing that's going to blow you away or anything like that. But he outdamages Eurogrim, which is not bad. All those poisons, right? And he brings a lot of control to the table. So, guys, there it is. That's Shatterbones. Very fun control/damage champion. Again, a little bit of a niche champ, but that's the beauty of this channel. We talk about everybody. So keep the guide requests coming. Much love. And as always, take care, guys.